Hello, anyone, any person, anywho, yaku. And then pi, it is on schedule 2058 year. Yep, 8 million extraterrestrials working from Vanguard. 4-sided star, 6th generation Vanguard. Yeah, coming down Earth. Reality factual. Right there, pi. More than 20 billion blacks missing, 20 billion plus whites missing. And then in Asia, 40 billion souls missing. Real. Yeah. Russia is extinct. Their bullshit human mages are murdered by the grandparent demons and horn demons. And right there, pi. Your gold rakes murdered them. Real. Factual. Yeah, factual. Afterwards, there are barely any alive, and the pi went back there to end all the Russians. Yep, the nations. Real. Yeah, the human nations extinct. 229 pi. Factual. Yeah, factual. 58 factual. All the way, the war begins all the way to 78 pi. Earth is ruined. There is lawlessness in America. And the pi let you keep your stupid human government. And then there'll be cities. Yep. Ghost cities full of cryptics and spirits and ghouls. Yeah, do not enter the cities there. Yeah, yaku. Pi own it. Pi own the cities. And right there, pi. Garbage. Didn't believe you. 2 hours later, their mages are on the internet weeping. Yeah, fuck all you. Yeah, where are you gonna flee to? Yaku. You have no fucking space station up there, only Paisan, yeah, yaku. And the Paisan defeated Iowa's real, yeah, Pai fought him in Indonesia space station country up there in black space, real. Right, look at his face, Pi. Dying right there. Nebuchadnezzar's only a weakling, yeah, 13 years of the supercharger in Pi's nervous system. Pi, you mash his decks, and then right there, 2 hours of them dying, right there in her car. That alien metal in your throat nervous system, you matched them, and right there, Pi, you murdered off the other. That isn't Hmong, yaku. And Pi told you, Pi isn't your nation, yaku. I'll be waiting, Pi. Now I know I dies too. Yes, you dies evil, yaku. And she says, Pi, she was so stupid her didn't see that Paisan is not your friend, yaku. You see, the tone setting here is Ukraine, but the pitch and metallic pitch and tones, the metallic pitch, you figure is better accurate. Old goetic demons that ruin Pi's Cobra God DNA, y'all good. I told him all the time, though, Kiangola, he's been dead. Yep. He said, I'm stupid. Yeah, Kawar's just stupid. And this pitch hacks right back into Finland, y'all good. I hate to admit it, Paisan. 2 evil Bellums on Earth somewhere. Yeah, both black fucking little black skin things. Yeah, Paul murdered both of them. The garbage is in Thailand weeping. And it says, Pi, our country fall. Yes, your country falls. Yes, you dies. Yaku. You think me want to keep you? Yaku, me the last 4-headed cobra god nation. The Indonesians already left. Yeah, yaku. Them have a different space station. Yaku. Rival royalties. And the dumbass didn't believe you, Pi. Committed suicide right there in Laos when he saw the amount of bloodshed and murders done by extraterrestrials and aliens. Pi has 8 million UFOs. Real, yeah. You don't know how many alien demons are in the sky? And rakes and ghouls, yaku, yeah, flying around, gunning people. Real, yep, that's factual. That's factual data. You cannot murder 4-sided star Vamo. Pi accurate. Because then you'll see for me, and then you'll see, woman, you died right there in Russia. Yeah, real, yep. You was repeatedly raided and murdered and assaulted by all alien forces to show you never steal anything from human God Vaj, who is 4-sided star, yaku. And female, you dies right there in Russia. Yep, Russians are extinct. Factual, yeah, factual. 2058 year, woman, be on the lookout for UFOs, yep. You'll see they all arrive and you dies. Yeah. Your fucking mage think he was so powerful. Yep. He murdered that other mage with the head thing. Yep, what you don't see is that you dies. Yeah, you dies, yep. And Pi, couldn't you say? No, die talk it, Middle East, yep, Middle East dies too. Yeah, that's factual. Yeah, that's factual. Fuck you, Finland. Yeah, fuck you, Finland thief. Right there, I'll tell you, when Pi's back on Earth, 2,700, around there with the green swords, Finland will be ended by Paisan. Yeah, 2 green swords, yep, 16, 18 minutes. All of human nations in Finland extinct within 18 minutes. Pi took off to the Middle East to do them that way too. Real, yep. They're going to see from Paisan, yeah, 2 green swords. 2 fucking assholes already been murdered. The fucking shit, Nebuchadnezzar is murdered by one of Pi's white relative gods, Rael, yep. Already 13% faster than I was. The fucking shit thinks he's smarter than you, Pi. Four days to about to about 100 days, and Nebuchadnezzar dies. Why, that's true. Yep. Him isn't anything. He's a weakling. He's a weakling. And look at that, Pi. 29 hours. Their blue hazel eye Nebuchadnezzar, Persian god, passed away. The garbage in Islam came right out and shouted, yeah, that is true. You think you could beat Pi? Pi and those are like science. They flicker colors. Pi glow green and white. And then 2 hours, gods melt in 18 minutes to 3 hours. Real, yeah. You'll melt, your skin DNA turns to muck, to fluids, to ooze, accurate. Right there, Pi. The brain committed suicide right there before Pi kill you. Pi gut your mom, real. From saucer, yeah, that's true. You're so stupid, fucking female. Pi's a real human god. Did you see that? They're so stupid. 3 African gods came back down, real. Yeah. One of them came back down to Africa, and then said, you wanted to kill Paisan, the holy moon god. Well, right here, him took off to Russia and gutted them too, real, yeah. And Paisan, you see that? When him is done gutting them in Russia, 14 minutes after them leave the planet, yeah, Pi's knights are told to continue to delete them as Pi did that. Because nobody wants you. You've been caught in the cookie jar taking things, technologies from Paisan and other groups of spirits, and you was nothing but a human mammal mage, Yaku. You have bootleg mage, elixir, and you was not even allowed in the heavens, Yaku. You was not even allowed to dwell with yellow children. And right there, Pi, you murdered off that. All of them, and then 20 hours, Pi begins working on murdering Finland and Persia. Yep. That is the law now. Yep. Pi is 4-sided star. You don't even see Pi is technically your real war god. It's been separated by generations who escaped the earth. It is not those that coming back down to accept you. That is bullshit. Yeah, that is bullshit. Right there, Pi. His brain turned on, Pi. The bullshit didn't believe you, Pi. Thought that the other human god groups and their thunder war god, their war champion, was going to accept those newcomers. They're all deleted. Yeah, them are all murdered. Yeah, that's true. The fucking garbage didn't believe you, Pi. 14 minutes, the father laughed and cut it up in the saucer and said, yes, factual, yeah, human god law, norms, and culture. Because you lost his respect permit. Yeah, that's true. And you won, Pi. Yeah, you won, Pi. Pi, so you see the garbage didn't believe you? Regardless of what you say to any demon, Pi, you have 8 million extraterrestrial spirits equivalent to demons from flying saucer. Yeah, that's true. Forces, yep, unstoppable, unjammable, that's true. In 58 seconds, Pi, the garbage died right there in Russia, yep. If me was you, me not want to be Russian right now. That's factual, that's factual, yeah, that's factual. You have a bunch of stupid, worse than secret chiefs. Secret chiefs has the knowledge of the norm. Well, don't do that. Them come down, we all dies. You the first nut to prove that you dies right there in Russia, and then the second nut is in Brazil. That's true. Yeah, both are murdered. And then whatever you're keeping in London, I will murder them in London, and I will murder that family of whites who theft a saucer in Nevada. That was only for Paisan. In 2 hours, Pi, the Nevada group of white mages and whatever not, yep, them are dead, them dies. I saw 8 hours of them crying, Pi, yep. Them committed suicide. Yes, do that, y'all could. Because women, you have no aliases up there. Yep, you was a goated clone and Pi not love you. Yeah, that's true. And female, you was not anything, y'all could. You didn't get a head of a lion or viewers, y'all could. Those are Ukraine. Pi already beat their DNA and went back in them home, y'all could. And female, you don't even get it, female. Pi didn't want you. Yeah, Pi didn't want you. And then Iceland are those goetic children. Yeah, those things are Belith and Pi Belith and one more, the 14th demon. Yeah, the 14th demon of the goetic demons. And right there you gain 2 idiots committed suicide right there in Lao, Pi. I saw right there, yeah, them extinct. Yeah, they're extinct. You think that Pi was funny? We came down 58 and we told you the truth. Yep, you was touching Pi. Yep, you dies right there. 40 billion plus Asians missing from Southeast China, Malaysia, Indonesia. And even Taiwan to Japan, real. That's factual. Yep. They're all flying around gutting those children that not supposed to know sorcery, God, elixir, or technologies. Right there. 2 hours of people going missing, Pi. The chaos level went up, Pi. Yep, supposed to. Yep. And then female, you dare? I'll make certain you have no country, and I'll make certain you have no clean water or food or doctors Or schools, yeah, real, yeah, he can do that. And watch this part. He just committed suicide right over there. He saw you murdered them and massacred them, and then him knew it. Yep, real human warriors do that. What do you think that Paisan was your friend? Female. You didn't even see Mexico was ended by a group of stowaways that went to Pai's Asian sectors, came back, and then them used their Belith demon, and then them flew back up their rail. And then what them did right was never invite any African gods back into the space station to female in Thailand. You'll be murdered. Paisan, you murdered off 12 types from Russia, and them are all sinners and wrongdoers. And then when the new horn demons arrived, Pai, they murdered off the wackos that didn't believe Pai. And right there, Pai caught your children in the yellow space stations. Of course, them dies real. And have you ever seen the fucking kid that didn't believe you, Pai? 48 hours, Pai mashes technology elixir, and then Pai mashes metal alloy, and then Pai's looking at the soul DNA, and then Pai knew it. Yep, him is barcoded. Retinas are going one color, green. Brain's going green, spinal cord's going green, intestines going green. Pai own all of your real. Pai see everything. And I talk what I said. 48 hours later, his eyes are actually melting, Pai. And I see two little faggots weeping in China. Them dies too. Yep, R.I.P. the Chinese real. Right after the scene, you'll know why Pai is four-sided star God Vaj. Yep, black circle Vaj Pai. Same person. Pai says, yeah, that's true. In Europe, Pai is the fourth generation. Pai is the fourth generation, the sixth generation of the four-sided star. The technology is not in any of those people, Pai. It is in an alien spirit that only knows Pai. Yeah, that's true. You don't get it, female. You was murdered. It didn't matter what your theft on Earth, and when you flee, you didn't get anything, female. Real. You didn't even get it, female. That saucer is so powerful, all gods of science left the planet. Yeah, that's true. What's going to say? I told him Thailand, what I talk. Yeah, him committed suicide right there in 58. Y'all pachi cho yeah, kong du ziti, va pachi ziti. Bao nhiêu tầm biểu liên tu nâng tới đã thua, đó là nhân lập hai. Russia thua ta là thế thì đã gì lăng thủ đã nhau hỗ trợ lâu số UFO kỳ là yọ cứ, là tua nâng không thể thế, là cho xía thế, đó là họ được va phải phải bao nhiêu nước cũ này. The theory yọ cứ, ya party trâu ya, the sixth generation real. Nó bảo bây giờ, tao phản giúp con này, phải thế tụi tôi chỉ tiền nó cũng hết nên cho mua nên cho mua I was tôi là yọ cứ, mua đồ lọ tôi là phải yọ cứ, nó mua thầu sư ya, mua thầu ya, I was yọ cứ, mua đồ lọ, mua thầu sư yọ cứ. Mortal law is not fun. Yeah, had it is not fun. That fucker's 8 trillion times faster. Yeah, I know it's too fast. And Pais, you see that? The fucking kid didn't believe you. 2 hours of people crying, and then Pais, and they didn't see you murder Egyptians 7 to 8 per second. When you supercharge Pai, there's always 7 to 8 per second dead. And on level 1s, you can always do 2 to 1, to 3, to 3. Yeah, real. That's why they made fun of you, Pai. They saw when you're done cutting up the level 1s, Pai, you're missing a whole lot of torso and your arms and your head still there. And then your suit of armor pasted together, but right there, Pai, immediately it took you 3 hours to paste back your insides. Look at the fucking poor god, Pai, dying right there now. Learn something that Pai hates his DNA real. Why would you want to go to Lao country? Lao country is Dead Sea Scroll white ray all the way. Real, yeah, real. That kind of white ray, Pai didn't want to tell you. Pai can't even live there. That's true. That's true. You'll melt. Yep, you'll die. You have to go to Thailand to region to heal, and then soak up in Lao for fun, and then come back and heal. And it was there, Pai. You have to reappear in Thailand to heal. That ray technology is equivalent to the Dead Sea Scroll. Yeah, the white ray. The white ray. It is so powerful, women. You can kill. Let's just say you can kill most gods. Yeah, regardless of level. Yeah, technology. Scientifically, can you melt the stupid thing in the Book of Law? If it was stupid enough to stand there for a certain amount of time, yes, that's true. That's true. You want to know why people and human gods don't tell you? You simply don't touch the molecule and you fly in the opposite direction. and then you reach a new molecule and generate new molecule and soak up, and then you withstand real, yeah, real. That's what Pi was doing. You want to know how long it took Pi to filter clean? About 80 minutes. And then Pi knew immediately what the fuck that bitch wanted. Her eyes right there in the Middle East. Yes, that's true. You think Pi was fearful of you, female? Your people are murdered by Va. Real, yeah, real. I don't give a fuck about those bat demons and cathedrals and stuff. Yep, them dies too. Real, yeah, real. You didn't even see Pi is the four-headed King Cobra God Nation and the three-head, yep, real Cobra God Nations. And female, yes, you guys, yeah, y'all good. Em tu Pi, I 博過到做什麼呀？博過到做什麼被打地被老劇管用啦。有個啥多啦？還真係攞到派啲啊！派冇個係你多大都全部都使我個係你啦，y'all good. You don't even see all your nations been murdered, yeah. And female, not a joke, in 58, big as, yeah, revelation, yeah. Pi is four-sided star, Pi is war god. And all the tall tales in the Book of Law, them are all gone, yeah, them are all gone, women, yeah. Pi destroyed the planet 2,900 real, yeah. That's over. Pi smashed it with a peerless bomb, and then, yeah, Pi coated it in armor, and then all is moved to Mars real. There are no blacks, there's certain no more whites of that DNA that Pi X'd out, yeah, that's true. And the female, we didn't tell you, Factual, yeah, Factual. 228 Pi? He saw 58 Pi, the bat demon, committed suicide. He says there's 8 million saucers from allies, near 40 more million. Yeah, 40 more million UFOs coming down. Yep, 100% green light, yes, do. That is your white ancestry, your real parents who created you before the goetic demons, yeah, altered your DNA, that's true. Pi, you won Pi. 258. And just it, big is Kacheng, you, and then two others, Pi. Them committed suicide right there in Russia. And knew it, yep, nobody wanted to be Russian real, yep. You was murdered by too many extraterrestrials. Yep, Factual, yeah, Factual, that's real, yep. You didn't see that rake? Went into Pi's Asian sector and booted up, and the skin is all brown. Yep, and in the cage, yep, that is the rake that theft from Pi's technology up there in a private Asian space country sector. Real, that's true. You're gonna die, woman. You know you're gonna die when Pi get there. Pi knows that those are stole away from Finland, and then Pi saw stole away from Spanish. They were not supposed to be my yellow space countries there. Yeah, real. Of course you dies. Yeah. Pi's gonna toss you right in jail and prison. Real. And you knew. Yeah, you knew. Y'all thou. Y'all good.